Hey everyone, I'm going to try a league today with this weird amulet list. I'm trying 3 cultivators, 3 explorers, extra bounce lands and explorers to try and enable that, and 4 Turntimbers, basically going for maximum threat density. And I'm trying all the caverns in the sideboard because I haven't noticed that much counter magic, so I don't think it's necessary. Main deck in the meta right now, maybe? I don't know. I'm just trying this. It's kind of silly. We'll see how it works. Um, nope. Volume mixer. Let's mute this. Okay, we'll keep here. Bottom hand wire. So are we getting grief ephemerated here? That would be pretty bad. Water grave. So this is probably Esper Reanimator. Probably taking Dryad, but I could see them taking Pact out of this hand if they just want to leave me threatless. This list is not currently playing a expedition map. I figured with as many lands are in the list, it's a little less essential. I'm just gonna lead on Saga. I'm not gonna play out these grazers yet because I might want to use them for ramp with Amulet. Teferi would be pretty bad for us, as would Spreading Seas. This hand kind of needs the Saga to work. Okay, Grief. Well, our hand's pretty much all the same thing. Now they have the Grief Ephemerate. Okay. Well, this does not seem correct. So they should have probably taken both grazers, maybe? I guess they want to be able to get whatever we get with our draw step, but now I get the grazer where I otherwise wouldn't have. They know about the Celestia Sanctuary in hand, so this Ephemerate just saves us 3 life. We can't actually play Primeval Titan if we draw it. We're pretty far away from actually Titaning. Maybe I was supposed to pick up the Saga rather than play the Windswept Heath. Growth Chamber's a good draw. Okay, they're ephemerating again. They see only lands. So the question is, do I get breeding? Well, I don't have breeding pool, so there's no question. So we can pretty effectively block Grief with both of these. I'm happy to trade a Construct token for the Grief. My opponent's on 1 card in hand, so unless they have a pretty quick, like, unmarked grave into Persist, I feel good about our position. They're also doing a considerable amount of damage to themselves, which could come up, especially given the fact that we are on a hand wire list, so we can't do quite as much damage. They put Faithful Mending in their yard. I'll play the Forest here over the Valakut, just in case my opponent draws like an Ephemerate. I want them to have a reason to Ephemerate. Okay, Primeval Titan. Oh, that's good enough. Okay. I was probably just going to get Cynic. No, they have one card in hand, so I probably would have hasted there. Okay, so Endurance seems good, Bajuka Bog seems good. The rest of these cards seem irrelevant. I think we can cut Radiant Fountain. And what else? We could cut a Cultivator. Or a Turntimber. Or an Explorer. Or a Grazer. Grazer doesn't really do much. Grazer maybe is our worst piece of ramp in this matchup. Maybe I'll just cut a Cultivator. Cultivator seems maybe slightly less good in the face of like all the discard they can do, like keeping us lower on resources. Then again, all their discard tends to go towards yeah, I'll keep them the Cultivator. All their discard goes towards like our non-land cards. They don't have anything like Croak's or Kulligan's Command that like would take lands out of our hand. So maybe just being threat dense is what I want to do. Just have the most good top decks in a case where I'm flooded. I think I can keep this. I might want to lead on Turntimber Symbiosis, like as a Turntimber Serpentine would, because I don't want them discarding it out of my hand, because I kind of need the lands. Okay, do they just have Grief Ephemerate? So they're just getting almost all the cards out of our hand. But we have a lot of good draws. So I imagine they'll probably go for Turntimber, Explore, and probably then Cultivator. So let's play this so that they can't discard a land out of our hand. I'm kind of fine with either takes here. We're mostly just looking for lands. If we get a bounce land, the Turntimber can become a threat eventually. So my reason for leaving the Grazer in hand is if I get a land and then after that land get a bounce land, I can play the bounce land twice to play Turntimber. So, so yeah, now I'm live to draw a bounce land to Turntimber Symbiosis. Though the Turntimber Symbiosis kind of has to hit a Titan because Cultivator won't work with no lands in hand. It'll just be like a 4/4. They can ephemerate here. Okay. Well, there goes our Grazer. So I can't put Turntimber in hand really right now because of the ephemerate that's coming off suspend. So I think I'm just going to pass. So this makes Grazer a good draw and Azusa a good draw. We also have Summoner's Pact and Titan that are good draws. If they're just going to Archon here, they got us. I mean, they turn 1 Grief Ephemerate. And then if they have turn 1 Grief Ephemerate into like a fast Archon, that's not a start we can beat. Okay, so Titan's a good draw, Pact is a good draw, Azusa's a good draw, Grazer's a good draw, Explorer's a redraw. If they have another Ephemerate for the Grief, we can still Turntimber. We did cut our Radiant Fountain, which could come back to bite us. Okay, they don't have the Archon, which is good for us. Thoughtseize, okay. We still got the Turntimber, potentially. Priest, okay. So we're not out of this, certainly. What we like to see, and I think I'm gonna get Valakut Handwire here, because even if the Titan gets exiled, we'll still have the Valakut, and this has pretty big upside, which upside is important when we're as far behind as we are. Get Valakut, Simic. Yeah, so Turntimber Symbiosis looked good this game. As just a threat that our opponent couldn't discard, really. Cool. See everyone for round 2.